Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. There's power in silence, and today we're going to unleash it. There's strength in holding your tongue, in keeping your head down while everyone around you runs their mouths. Silence can be your greatest weapon, a tool to show resilience, control, and focus that others only dream about. People want a reaction, they feed off it. They want you to waste energy on explanations, on defending yourself. But here's the truth: you don't owe anyone an explanation. You owe it to yourself to keep moving forward, to keep grinding, to let your actions do the talking. Every time you choose silence, you're choosing focus. You're saying, I don't need to be heard right now, I need to be driven. Listen up. There's a power in silence, and it's a power most people don't understand. In a world where everyone's talking, competing for attention, pushing their opinions and voices into the air, silence is rare, and that's exactly why it's so powerful. When you choose silence over noise, you're showing a strength that doesn't need validation, doesn't need applause, and certainly doesn't need approval. Silence isn't passive, it's active, it's intentional, and it's a weapon. People will push your buttons, they'll look for a reaction, they'll try to pull you into their chaos, their drama, their insecurities, they'll throw insults, cast doubt, and plant seeds of negativity, hoping you'll respond, hoping you'll waste your time and energy defending yourself. But here's the truth: you don't owe anyone an explanation. You don't need to prove yourself with words. You don't need to feed into the noise. When you stay silent, when you hold back from engaging, you're protecting your energy. You're keeping your focus, your time, and your mind exactly where they need to be on your own journey, on your own growth, on your own vision. People expect a response. They expect you to react, to retaliate, to get caught up in the same patterns of noise they're used to. And when you don't, when you stay focused and steady, it confuses them. They don't know how to handle it. They're forced to sit with the emptiness of their own words. Your silence speaks louder than anything you could say. It tells them you don't have time for games, that you're beyond the petty battles they're trying to drag you into. You're not giving them the satisfaction of seeing you distracted or off course. You're focused, and nothing's going to pull you away from that. Every time someone doubts you, every time they tell you that you can't, you don't need to argue. Let them say what they want. Let them make their assumptions. Their opinions don't change your reality. Their words don't define your path. In fact, every word of doubt, every criticism is just more fuel. Take that negativity and let it drive you, let it drive you, let it push you to work harder, to stay disciplined, to go further. You're not doing it to prove them wrong. You're doing it to prove yourself right. You're doing it because you know where you're going, and nothing they say can stop you. When you choose silence, you're not just holding back, you're building something powerful inside. You're building resilience. You're showing yourself that you don't need to rely on anyone's approval, that you're enough on your own. And in that silence, you're growing stronger. You're developing a focus that goes beyond words, beyond the need for anyone to understand or agree. You're showing them and yourself that you're in control of your emotions, that nothing they say can shake you or pull you off track. In the end, it's not about winning arguments or proving points. It's about building a respect that only comes when people see your discipline, your quiet strength, your unshakable focus. True power doesn't need to shout. Real strength is calm, grounded, and steady. So the next time someone tries to pull you down, let your silence speak for you. Hold steady. Let your actions do the talking. Keep moving forward, focused on the journey ahead, knowing that real strength doesn't need to be heard because real strength is built in silence. People will try to pull you into their chaos. They'll test your patience, prod at your insecurities, and push you to react, hoping you'll give in. They're looking for you to lose focus, to let go of what you're working toward, just for the satisfaction of seeing you flustered. But here's the thing: you don't need to explain yourself to anyone. You don't need to waste your energy trying to justify your actions, decisions, or dreams. Your goals are yours, and when you let silence speak for you, you're protecting them. Silence isn't weakness, it's the ultimate strength. Choosing silence shows you're disciplined, that you have a focus on your purpose that no one can shake. When people throw negativity your way, when they criticize, doubt, or try to belittle you, don't let them drain your energy. When you engage in arguments or feel the need to prove yourself, You're diverting energy from what matters most, your goals, your progress, and your growth. Reacting to every bit of negativity thrown at you only slows you down. It pulls you off course and gives your power to someone else. But if you hold your silence, if you stay steady, you're keeping that energy within. You're building resilience, keeping your focus intact, and reinforcing the belief that your journey isn't dictated by anyone else's opinions. People are going to assume things about you, project their own insecurities, or even try to pull you down just because they don't understand what drives you. They might call you arrogant or aloof because you're not explaining yourself to them. But understand this, you don't need to validate yourself to anyone. Your silence in the face of criticism is a statement all its own. It says, I'm focused, I'm committed, and I'm not here to entertain distractions. Let them say what they will, it has no bearing on where you're headed. The path you're on is personal, and you don't need their validation to keep going. When you choose not to react, you're not letting them win. Instead, you're winning by showing that nothing they say can touch you. Every time they try to pull you down and you refuse to be drawn into their drama, you're reinforcing your own strength. Silence leaves them with their own words, their own insecurities, while you move forward undeterred. And over time, they'll start to realize that their negativity has no impact on you. Your silence will make them question their approach, and eventually they'll see that your strength lies in your ability to stay focused, calm, and unshaken. And while you're silent, you're actually speaking volumes. Your actions, your progress, your commitment to your goals will do all the talking for you. You're showing everyone around you that you don't need words to prove who you are or where you're going. The best way to make an impact isn't through argument or defense, it's through relentless, steady action. While others are wasting time talking, you're moving forward. You're letting your work and your resilience speak louder than anything else. So the next time someone tries to pull you down, remember that silence is power. And in that power lies the freedom to stay true to your path. People expect a response. When they criticize, doubt, or question you, they want to see you react, to get a rise out of you, to feel like they're making an impact. This need to provoke and control is something they use to keep you distracted, to make you second guess yourself, and even to pull you down to their level. But when you choose silence, you disrupt that pattern entirely. Your silence unsettles them, confuses them, and leaves them wondering. They start to question themselves, wondering why they can't get under your skin, why you're unaffected. Your silence is the ultimate strength. It's a display of self-control and focus that is more powerful than any words could be. Choosing to remain silent in these moments isn't about ignoring reality or pretending criticism doesn't exist. It's about showing you're above it, that you're grounded in a place of purpose and strength that no one's opinions can shake. People expect you to defend yourself, to engage in arguments, to give them the satisfaction of seeing you struggle. When you deny them that reaction, you're keeping control in your hands. You're saying, without words, that their opinions don't dictate your path, that you're focused on something much greater than their need for attention. Remaining silent shows them that you're not easily swayed, that your energy is precious, and that you're not about to waste it on something that doesn't serve your growth. When they see you staying calm and collected, they realize that their efforts to unsettle you are pointless. They start to feel the weight of their own words and actions, left to confront the emptiness of their negativity without the reaction they expected. They may try harder to get a response from you, and that's when you double down on your silence, letting it speak louder than any argument ever could. When you choose silence, you're not only protecting your energy, but also reinforcing your self-respect. You're showing that you value yourself and your time too much to be pulled into drama or negativity. This kind of composure doesn't come easy. It's something you build by knowing who you are and what you stand for. Silence is a reflection of inner confidence, an unspoken statement that you are in control of yourself, your emotions, and your path forward. You're not here to play games or be anyone's source of entertainment. You're here to fulfill a purpose, to reach a destination that requires every ounce of your focus and discipline. Over time, people will start to see that your silence isn't a sign of weakness, but of maturity, of a deep-rooted strength that isn't swayed by fleeting opinions. They'll see that you don't need to engage in petty back and forth or waste time on proving yourself to anyone. Your actions, your progress, and your calm presence are enough to command respect, And that respect grows stronger with each moment you choose to stay grounded in silence. You become someone who speaks through actions, who lets results do the talking. And in a world full of noise, people start to pay attention to the rare individual who moves in silence, focused, intentional, and powerful. Letting your silence speak for you leaves a lasting impression. It shows that you are someone who doesn't rely on words to make an impact, someone who values progress over proving points, someone who is focused on their path, undistracted by others' judgments or negativity. So the next time someone tries to pull you into their chaos, remember that your silence is your strength. Hold on to it, protect it, and let it be the force that drives you forward, unshaken and unwavering. People will criticize and doubt you. They'll throw negativity your way, questioning your choices and abilities, sometimes with subtle jabs, other times outright dismissing your dreams. And it's easy to feel the urge to prove them wrong with words, to set the record straight, to defend yourself. But here's a simple truth. Every moment you spend explaining yourself, every bit of energy wasted in defending your path, is energy you could be using to reach your goals. Instead of responding, choose to stay silent and let your actions prove what words can't. That silence is not surrender, it's a sign of unbreakable focus and strength. You're not giving in, you're conserving your power for the work that truly matters. When you remain silent in the face of doubt, you're protecting something far more valuable than anyone's opinion, your vision. People might see this as cold or even arrogant, but that's only because they don't understand the discipline it takes to stay quiet. They don't understand that you're not here to win arguments, you're here to win the long game. Choosing silence isn't passive, it's an active decision to hold your focus, to keep your energy directed where it counts most. When others are wasting time tearing people down or seeking validation, you're out there building, growing, and moving forward. And they don't see it yet, but one day they will. Each time someone doubts you, instead of letting it shake you, let it serve as fuel. Take their negativity, their lack of faith, and use it to build an even stronger drive within yourself. That doubt, that criticism, they're just reminders of why you're on this journey in the first place. They're a test, a challenge to see if you're willing to stay the course without needing anyone else to believe in you. When you stay silent and keep moving forward, you're saying, I believe in me, and that's all I need. Silence can be a tool, a shield, and a source of growth. When you're focused on achieving something meaningful, something big, you need all the energy you can get. Defending yourself or trying to explain yourself to people who don't understand your vision only drains you. Your silence, however, saves that energy, protects it, and channels it back into your goals. People may wonder, they may speculate, but ultimately they're left on the outside, watching while you continue to build something they can't even begin to comprehend. When you use silence this way, it's more than just a response, it becomes a lifestyle. You become the person who speaks through actions, who doesn't need approval or applause to know you're on the right path. And as you keep working, as your achievements start to become visible, people will begin to see the strength in your silence. They'll see that you didn't need their validation, their support, or even their acknowledgement. You built something real, something undeniable, and you did it all without getting sidetracked by the noise. Over time, your silence will earn respect. People will recognize that you're not just ignoring them, you're choosing to focus on something bigger than their doubts and criticisms. You're choosing to stay disciplined, to keep your head down, and to let your work do the talking. In a world where everyone's quick to voice opinions, quick to jump into debates, quick to seek validation from others, your silence stands out. It shows that you're driven by something deeper than approval. It shows that you're committed to a purpose only you need to understand. So when the criticism comes, and it will let it pass, let others waste their time and energy trying to figure you out, while you stay focused on what truly matters. Let your silence be your statement. Let your progress be your response. Hold on to that power and know that real strength isn't loud, it's steady, consistent, and unwavering. When others doubt you or criticize you, it's natural to feel a spark of anger or the urge to defend yourself. But if you let that negativity get to you, it becomes a distraction, pulling you away from what really matters. Instead of letting their words take up space in your mind, turn that negativity into fuel. Don't waste energy explaining yourself to people who don't see your vision or understand your journey. Use their doubts as reminders of why you're pushing forward, of the goals you're working toward. When you refuse to let others dictate your emotions, you become unshakable. Think of each criticism as a weight that builds your resilience. Every doubt they throw your way, every attempt to undermine you, becomes another test of your strength, another opportunity to prove to yourself that you don't need validation. It's easy to let words hurt you if you give them that power, but if you stay focused, those words lose their weight. They become meaningless background noise. Instead, let every bit of negativity fuel you. Use it as motivation to keep going, to push harder, to achieve things beyond what they ever imagined possible. When people tell you that you can't, they're usually reflecting their own limitations, their own insecurities. They want to pull you down because your ambition, your drive reminds them of what they're not doing. It's uncomfortable for them to see someone moving forward with purpose, someone who doesn't need their approval or acceptance, so they try to control what they can, their words, their criticisms. But when you remain silent and keep moving forward, you disrupt their sense of control. You show them that no amount of doubt, no amount of criticism can affect your journey. Your silence becomes your statement. It says, I'm focused on my path, and nothing you say will alter that. When you stop giving power to their negativity, you reclaim that power for yourself. You channel it back into your work, your goals, and your growth. It becomes a quiet determination, a steady force that drives you forward. Every time you choose to ignore the critics and instead focus on what you're building, you become stronger. You're no longer dependent on others' opinions for validation. You're driven by your own vision and the belief in your ability to achieve it. Imagine a moment when you finally achieve what you've been working for, when you cross that finish line, hit that milestone, or reach that goal. In that moment, all the criticism, all the doubts will mean nothing. Your success will speak for itself. You won't need to look back or prove anything to anyone. Your accomplishments will be your answer to every person who ever doubted you. And by choosing silence along the way, you've shown that you're in control of your journey. In a world where everyone is quick to talk, quick to react, your silence is a strength that few can match. It shows maturity, resilience, and an unwavering focus that commands respect. It's not about ignoring the world, it's about choosing what deserves your energy and what doesn't. By letting negativity fuel your drive instead of slowing you down, you're setting yourself up for lasting success. So the next time someone tries to pull you down, remember that every bit of criticism is an opportunity to rise above it. Choosing silence over argument or defense isn't about giving up or ignoring the reality of criticism. It's about showing respect for your own time, energy, and purpose. Every moment spent explaining yourself to someone who doesn't understand or value your vision is a moment you could spend moving closer to your goals. Your silence then becomes a boundary, a line that others can't cross, because it says, I know my worth and I don't need your validation to keep going. This boundary is more than just a reaction to negativity. It's a commitment to your own growth. It shows that you're focused on your journey, a path that no one else can define or control. Remaining silent in the face of doubt or criticism is a form of mental discipline. It's not easy to hold back, especially when emotions are high and words feel like the natural response. But choosing silence is a conscious decision that keeps you in control. When you decide not to engage, you're protecting your energy. You're saying to yourself, I value my focus too much to waste it on anyone's negativity. This restraint builds a strong foundation of resilience and self-respect, because you're teaching yourself that other people's opinions don't have the power to sway your direction or diminish your worth. People who are quick to criticize or doubt are often projecting their own insecurities, their own fears of inadequacy. They want to see you react, to see you struggle with self-doubt, because it makes them feel more comfortable with their own limitations. By choosing silence, you refuse to participate in that cycle. You deny them the satisfaction of seeing you falter, watching you explain yourself to fit into their narrow view of what's possible. Instead, your silence says that you're beyond their judgments, that you're working on something too big, too meaningful to be distracted by fleeting opinions. In doing so, you maintain your focus, your energy, and your forward momentum. Silence also speaks to an internal confidence that needs no external validation. When you stay silent in the face of criticism, you're showing that you believe in yourself enough to let your actions speak for you. You're proving that your path is something only you need to understand and that you don't need applause or approval to keep going. This confidence in yourself becomes a force of its own, a quiet strength that not only drives you forward, but also commands respect from others. Over time, people will come to realize that your silence isn't avoidance or passivity. It's a sign of someone who is deeply committed to a purpose and unshaken by doubt. As you continue on your path, your silence will start to speak louder than any words could. Your progress, your discipline, and your achievements will be undeniable. Every milestone you reach, every step closer you get to your goals, will stand as a testament to the power of focus and resilience. The people who once doubted you, who once sought to pull you down, will begin to see the strength in your silence. They'll understand that your choice to stay quiet wasn't a sign of weakness, but of self-mastery. And in that understanding, they'll recognize a respect for someone who is focused, disciplined, and unstoppable. Choosing silence isn't just a response, it's a way of life for those who are determined to create something meaningful. You learn to speak through your actions, to let results be your voice, and to trust that true strength doesn't need to be heard. It only needs to be seen. So the next time someone tries to distract you with doubt, remember that your silence is your power. It's a commitment to your path, an unbreakable promise to yourself that no one else's words will define your worth or your destiny. In this silence, you'll find the strength to rise, undeterred and unyielding, as you move closer to everything you're meant to achieve.